Hi, I'm Abhishek Inamdar from My Architectural Training Academy, Houston. In this lesson, I will be showing you how to make a bedroom, a design of bedroom in 3ds Max. So in this series, I will be teaching you how to create from scratch, how to design it, how to model it, how to merge the models, how to texture them, how to get a realistic render from V-Ray. So I am very excited to share these techniques with you. So let's get started with this lesson. Okay, so now I have started my 3ds Max 2020. So before starting any design, we have to make sure in which units we are going to work. Okay, now let's say I'll go to unit setup first. Okay, in that unit setup we have to decide in which units, like inches, feet, in which units you are comfortable. It's not feet are very good or inches we have to work. It's not like that. You have to be comfortable in whichever feet or inches, meters, you are working around. So now let's take, I'm comfortable with feet and inches. Okay, so I'll take feet and inches where I can put my values in feet and as well as in inches, and see the accuracy is 1/1. Okay, and default units is, I'll take this, by default is on inches. Okay, I'll click on this unit setup, system unit setup. Okay, it's 1 unit is equal to 1 inches. Okay, this should match. Then I'll say okay, I'll say reset. Basically you have to reset once if you reconfigure your unit setup. I'll drag a small box for an example. Now let's say here it 8 inches, 7 inches and 2 inches. Okay, and say by default it's coming on inches because I have not dragged this box too large. I'll go in unit setup. Okay, the default unit is in inches. Fine. So just I'll make it, keep it international. Fine, no problem. Now I'll just type say 1 inches, only 1. I'm not giving any inches mark or something. I'll just type 10. So what is the result of 10? It's a 10 inches. Okay, say let's say 1 feet. I'm giving a mark of feet and space, now 10 inches. I don't have to give a mark of 10 because inches is default. So it is 1 feet 10 inches. Now width will be 1 feet 10 inches. Okay, I'll go to customize unit setup. By default again it's inches. That's why we don't have to type separately. We have to don't have to give the inches mark. Now I have converted to feet. Okay, now what will happen if I put a height of say 1, only 1, it will be by default, it will be 1 feet, not 1 inches. So this is a difference between default inches or feet, whichever you are comfortable. Like if you want to work on inches, you can keep it as a default and go to customize unit setup. Default units it's feet, so whenever I type 1 it will be 1 feet. If you keep on inches, default inches, it will be 1 inches. This is the difference, nothing else. Okay, so now when I'll put say height of 1 feet, space and 10 inches, say enter, this is what we get. Okay, fine. I'll say file, I'll say reset. I don't want to save this. I'll say reset. Now I'll type a notepad and I'll type the dimensions. Now let's say small bedroom will be 12 feet by 14 feet. It's feet. Okay, and large, large Okay, and it will be 16 feet by take 24 feet. So this is a difference between small bedroom and a large bedroom, kind of say. Okay, standard size. It is not something like that we have to follow this, but in general we have to keep in mind when we design a bedroom. So first is 12 by 14, second is 16 by 24. Okay, so now to approach this, I'll take a box. Okay, I'll drag small box, go to modify. Okay, so here say 16 by 24, 16 feet, huh? So 16 feet, so 16 feet. Okay, then I'll say 24 feet. So this is the total area what we are looking at. Okay, and tiling will be height will be 9 feet. Okay, generally 10 feet, 11 feet, but we will take a 9 feet. Okay, so now the step will be we have to convert this into a readable poly. I'll say okay, I'll add from the modifier, or you can convert from right click and say readable poly. Okay, one and the same. Okay, selecting the polygon, select the all polygons. Okay, it should select through and through, and I'll click on flip. Okay, so what it is basically doing, it's a flipping the surface. I'll say right click on object properties. Now you will able to understand what basically. I'll click on backface skull. So what is mean? I'll say okay. Okay, now see, we can see the surface from inside, right? Because we are making a bedroom. So in this we have to merge say cupboards, say beds, everything we have to import, right? So we have to see inside what is the space around. So no need to hide the walls or say flooring and then we have to arrange it. Okay, so this is a very straightforward process. You can save a lot of time. Okay, still we can detach the flooring because we have to add a floor generator. So I'll say flooring, I'll say detaching. Fine, also we have to detach the walls. We can give the different identity to this wall. This is a ceiling. I'll click on detach, say ceiling. Okay, now I'll select this wall. Entire wall polygons has been selected. Say detach. I'll click here and say walls. Okay, this is perfect. This center point is not perfect because see, I am selecting the upper part, but pivot point is down. What is meant by that? We have to reset the pivot point of that object. Okay, I'll just select this and just make sure it has been selected perfectly. Okay, top ceiling also the pivot point is not perfect because we have disassembled, right? So everything we have to reorient the center point, like walls, flooring, ceiling, and the box is what? I'll just check. Okay, box is nothing, so we have to delete that because wall is there 1 2 3. If you see this, box is nothing. So what actually happened, we have divided into 1 2 3 parts. Okay, the box is only the previous box is there, but there is no object in that, so I will delete that. Now there is a ceiling, flooring and walls. Okay, fine. Fine, I'll just go to hierarchy and I'll click on effect pivot point. Now the flooring, absolutely it's perfect, no problem with the flooring. Okay, now the walls will be centered to the object. Click on effect pivot point. Okay, that means it has been activated to move. See, click on effect pivot point. Now you can move that, yes, with the center to object. Now each and every object has its own pivot point, has own center point, so we can rotate it. In case if you want, we can do that, but it is not recommended that you have your pivot point somewhere else and your object is somewhere else. So it's actually a good practice. Always we have to set the pivot point perfectly. Okay, so now I'm clicking on this flooring and I'll add a floor generator. It's a plugin, and most probably the light version of floor generator is free, and if you want to get more designs like herringbone and all, you have to get that paid version of this floor generator. Okay, I'll just put the amount, the herringbone, and this is the standard plugin where all studios actually use this floor generator plugin. If you see, the grooves are perfectly, we can see it. Okay, so I'll come down with the grooves. We don't want so much of grouting. Okay, this is called grout, so I don't want so much of grout, so I'll come with the grout. Okay, also with I'll tell you, with this floor generator we can make very good designs in just a few clicks. Okay, actually we have set into 1:1 because we don't have much more information. If you see, now I can actually go in detail and see here. Okay, so you can come down with the values if you do the unit setup with more precision, so we don't have the decimals value. Okay, so on and around we can take this. Okay, we don't want so much of grout, we come down with the grout and the size, extrude and bevel. Okay, so this is the gap actually what we are getting in this okay, so to increase the offset, I'll just check it what we can do with this gap. I think offset is the best option to come down with this gap. Okay, we can slide it because the tile is not getting a perfect match on the corners, so we can come with this offset, no problem. Okay, actually I'll tell you now, actually the gap is also this gap is much more prominent, so we don't need that much of gap, but later on I'll change that gap, but now I'll keep it like that. I'll just save it once, so I'll save as a versions. Okay, go to preference and make sure that you have that increment on save should be on. So when you do that, you just say Ctrl S, you get the new version actually. Okay, so you just have to click on Ctrl S Okay, also I'll set a new project. I'll click on create default on my PC. I'll make this master bedroom. Say save as. So now if you see, there is a proper folder structure inside this, and you can able to see this scenes, assets, render output, auto backup, everything is there. So whenever I save the scene, it will go inside the scenes actually, and the incremental saves will be inside the scenes. Okay, so I'll just say S, control S, C, automatically we will direct it toward this scenes folder. So I'll make this master bedroom and save. Okay, I also have this option on right click. Okay, because I have made that as a customize. See, now you can see this the versions of the file. With only control S you can make the versions, because it's a backup plan, we can say. So when we want to go behind or some steps, we can do it. Make sure you should be compress on save. Okay, this is also a very good option. When you say compress on save, when you say control S, I'll say save, check the file size. See here, it's 492 KB, above is 720 KB. So in short, we get a very huge difference, and the file is actually compressed and then saved. It's a very good feature. It's a very small feature, but it's very, very useful when we are doing very large scale projects. So now I'll show you a basic what we are going to do. Okay, I'll just paint it here so you will have a better understanding, like what actually I am planning to do with this. A simple box I have taken. Okay, so I'll put a bed here, and the bed back will be top to touch to the ceiling. Okay, and here we'll put some wooden panels, and beside that we will, here will be some cushion work will be there. Also we can put some marbles on this extreme left and extreme right, stone or something, or granite, something like that, but it will be covered with, it will not with the wall, it will covered with the stone, something like that. Okay, or maybe cladding we can do. The cladding will be the best option. Even with stone cladding also we can do, so no problem. We'll do the, here will be the small sitting area, we can take a small chairs and some coffee table we can put it. Okay, maybe we'll put a sofa, or no problem, because here is a huge opening, a window, something like this we can do it. Okay, and in this corner we can put a plantation on left hand side, we can see. Okay, and we'll cover with the this opening with the curtain. Okay, and we'll take some sunlight. Okay, that light will be there on the curtains, so it will be look, the look will be very good. Okay, here is a wardrobe. Just hold on, I'll just make it proper. So whenever you are doing work in 3D, try to visualize or try to take any reference. That's the best option. Try to visualize or try to take any reference. So, and try to draw it on the paper or on the screen if you can do it. So you will have a very good idea what we are going to do. So if you do the planning very well, I'll tell you, your execution, your modeling, it's very simple. Okay, I put this cross mark because it's only a sign, like I have to keep a space for wardrobe, that's it. Okay, and I'll put a door also. So one by one we will start to place the object. First we'll take a bed, but before doing that we have to go to customize, and we have to set that project path, configure project path, because what the incoming object will be there, we have to paste that maps in this external files. So I'll click on add. Okay, and I'll paste my object maps path will be here. So when I merge an object like bed or say wardrobe or anything, the map will be not missing, the map will come with them. Okay, so I'll say merge, and I'll take this pillow. Okay, bed. Okay, now the textures are with this. If you can see it, I'll just press F3 again. Okay, yeah, click on effect pivot point, and I'll just reorient it, because I'll just rotate it perfectly so we can keep it to perfect 90-degree. Okay, now I'll place in between where we have planned. Okay, now you can see this, the textures are perfectly there. We don't have to manage textures from outside again. The texture has come perfectly. Okay, so for now I'll stop here, and rest of the parts I'll upload it in coming days. So I hope you will like this video, and do subscribe our channel, that is My Architectural Training Academy Houston. You will get a very quality video tutorials on this channel. So thank you very much. As and always, thanks for watching. I'll meet you in next video. Bye bye.